This is the cry and the calamity of many believers, because they confess things that they don't know the economy to work in. If you don't understand the economy, because everything about her showcased excellence and glory. But to my greatest dismay, the lady was seeking God to get married. I said it's not possible. What do you mean? Unless every man in where you live is blind. How old are you? I'm 38 years old. What? Have you been locked up in your room all your life? How come? She said nobody has asked her out in the last 7 years. That was the day I discovered that there's a mystery about light and darkness. There's a mystery, great mystery. It was from that day that I came up with the understanding that it's not beauty that gets people married, it's favor. But you see, there are many people who don't have enough light. They spend all their money on hair, on eyelashes, and on fingernails. But when you have light, you will know that there is an economy that Esther had. That even when nobody should see the king, she broke protocol. And when she entered, the king stood up and said, the search is over. It will take light. It will take light. Too many people don't have light. Somebody entered ministry. He wanted to start ministry in Abuja. And he gathered 100 million and entered the city. Said they've come to take over the city. He said, relax. How much is billboard? He paid for it. How much is tent? He paid for it. After 4 months, they became 3 in the tent. That was when he knew that what you need to start a ministry is not money, it's light. I wish you understood the excellency of light. You wouldn't jump into that business until you have light. If you understood the excellency of light, you will not start that course. They told you medicine is lucrative. Meanwhile, if you had checked in light, your career is in music. You would not have wasted. We were not wise. We were not trained. If I knew, I would have been studying God from 10 years. If I knew this is where I would end, I was in the studio with lab coat. All the chemicals I studied, I have not used one. Because I didn't have light. Studied chemicals, studied water, H2O. Water is H2O. Studying about pinnacle, arrangement reaction in medicinal chemistry. I didn't need any of them. But there was no light. There's nothing wrong in schooling. But if I had light, I would have schooled in the direction of my call. I would have schooled. It would have equipped me better. But I didn't have light. I was groping in darkness for many years before I began to hear the sounds of heaven. Why wouldn't I be studying political science if I'm a politician? If I knew that my place is in government? Why would I not be studying about business, economics, business realities if I know my place is in the economic world? Why would a businessman be studying theology? Because there's no light. And when you finish your master's, you will now need to go back for apprenticeship to learn your life and your calling. And so what light comes to do is that it gives you authority for rulership, and then it gives you power to crush the enemy. There are most of you here, they challenge that your family is going through, they challenge your ministry is going through, the challenge you are going through is darkness at work. If you had one flicker of light shine through that darkness, that challenge would have crumbled. And so the excellency of the presence, the glory of the presence, is the fact that the presence furnishes you with light. Light that is consistent with your destiny. It looked at Jeremiah. He said, before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. I ordained you and I sanctified you to be a prophet. You are not a priest. Your great-grandfather, your grandfather and your father may be priests. You are a prophet. And your order of the prophetic is to uproot and to plant. And so when Jeremiah enters a city, he knows that he's an architect of civilization. If he sees something that... This is the cry and the calamity of many believers. Because they confess things that they don't know the economy to work in. If you don't understand the economy, your confessions can help you.